Welcome back to Bored and Confused, where I review shows based on two criteria. Was I bored and was I confused? Today's show is Water for Elephants. I really enjoyed this show, but I have to say, as I left the theater, I went, that was really nice, but I wasn't like really jazzed. And I was trying to think, why am I not head over heels about the show? Because I really had a good time in the theater. This show is set in the Depression era, and all the characters are sad people. Because it's a musical, there's these uplifting, happy songs, but underneath them, there is a sense of sadness. For example, this is the number you're going to see at the Tonys. It's called The Road Don't Make You Young. It's a great number. There's a lot of acrobatics in the show, and that alone is a reason to see the show. The acrobats are fantastic. They're throwing each other, they're throwing wrenches, they're throwing hats, everything's getting thrown. And it's just really exciting as they're building the big top. It's a great moment in the show. But I'm gonna read this lyric to you. If I had one wish in this God-forsaken life, I'd wish to be back home with my children and my wife. But my debts keep piling up, so my work is never done. Ain't it so? The road don't make you young. Sad, right? But for some reason, they're all really jazzed about this. And it's a big up-tempo, big dance number. And so there's a little bit of disconnect. Now, granted, we can say when we're in tough circumstances, we try to make the best out of the circumstance we're in. And I think that's what's going on here. They're celebrating that this job is gonna kill them. It's gonna make them old fast, but they have to do it, so they're gonna make the best of it. But the issue with me as a viewer is I am a little bit removed from it. So for example, a song like There's No Business Like Show Business. That's a song where they're overcoming sadness, but they're saying it's worth it because show business is so rewarding. And so we get on board and we say, yes, there's no business like show business. This is great. Another song that is really great and catchy is, and has some really great lyrics, is called The Lion Has No Teeth. But again, it's being sung by a really terrible person and who's torturing animals, starving animals. So, you know, again, it's this up song, but it's so dark and creepy that you can't really enjoy it. And not the way that you can enjoy a song like There's a Sucker Born Every Minute, which is kind of the same idea, but in the musical Barnum, he loves this idea of the trickery involved with the circus, that it's a positive song. Whereas this song, although a great song, just in the back of your mind, you're going, I can't enjoy this too much because this is a terrible person doing terrible things. So, was I bored? I was only bored a little bit in the second act because there's this one part where there's two ballads that are just back to back. She sings a ballad about how she's feeling, and then he comes in and they sing a love ballad. And I just was like, too much ballad. I was also confused quite a few times in this show because there's a framing device of the main character. We see has him an old man and he's in a convalescent home. His kids seem to not be paying attention to him, so he's kind of sad. So he goes to the circus to relive his circus days, which is nice, but I just didn't think it was necessary. And also it ended up adding a little bit of confusion for me. So for example, in the modern day time, the framing device, he's at this circus and he meets this young woman who does a Liberty horse act, where she rides a horse, and they talk about the gait of the horse is choppy and he needs a stress test. So we go, oh, okay, there's something wrong with the horse. So this woman that he meets in modern time, she then takes off her modern day, well, 1980s wrap dress, and she's in a sparkly costume, and then a horse comes in and she sings to the horse. I thought this was the modern day character singing to the horse with the choppy gait. But by the end of the song, I come to find out that she's the ingenue, the love interest that he met back in the 1930s. Didn't get that at all. And so that was really confusing to me. They're both the modern day character and both the old character do the same thing, and they both have a problematic horse. But then we find out that the horse has got a bum leg, which in retrospect, I was like, oh, that's why the actor playing the horse was limping. I thought he just had a choppy gait. And in this song, she's just singing easy now, easy now. She's just calming the horse. So you're introducing the lead character, and I know nothing about her by the end of the song, other than the fact that she likes horses and that she's good at calming them down before they need to be put down. I also want to give a shout out to Isabelle Maalla, who plays the ingenue in this show. She's a triple threat. Great singer, great actor, and then at one point she gets up on the trapeze, and for a minute I thought, oh, surely that's an ensemble member. No, it was Isabelle. So beautiful, talented. Is there nothing this woman cannot do? Apparently not. Our lead character, who's played by the apparently well-known Grant Gustin. I don't know who this guy is, but he got entrance applause, so people knew who he was. But the problem was, when we first meet this character, there's some disembodied voices saying something about a car accident, and I guess his parents are dead, and you've lost the house. And this is while people are applauding his entrance. So I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? And then he launches into this song. He sings this angry song called Anywhere. And in this song, he says, I don't have a home, I want to go anywhere. The issue is I didn't know who this character was. It kind of sticks in generalities, and we get that he doesn't have a home and he's angry and he's frustrated, but I really don't know anything about him other than just that he's upset, rightfully so. And then in the next scene, he jumps a train and the people he meets there want to throw him off the train, and then he gets into a fight. So I'm like, gosh, this angry young man, not necessarily getting on his side yet. So I just thought it was a missed opportunity where his big opening song really could have told me more. I wanted to know more about who he was. Oh, another confusion. There's a song called Squeaky Wheel. So the Sideshow folks, I'm gonna say these names because these actors were great. I love them in these secondary roles. Stan Brown plays this old dude who's befriends our lead character. Joe DePaul plays this angry clown who throws knives. And Sarah Gettelfinger plays the hoochie mama. Her and her girls do like a sexy dance in the Sideshow. They were all great, and they work together basically as a trio, and they sing this song to our lead character to tell him not to be the squeaky wheel. Because what's happening is he's falling in love with the owner's wife, and they're basically telling him, you need to be more careful. But what really bothered me about this lyric is they're mixing their metaphors up. A squeaky wheel is someone who's trying to get something by getting attention. Like if you want to get a raise, then you're the squeaky wheel because you're trying to get your boss to notice you. And so they say he's the squeaky wheel, but I was like, but he's not the squeaky wheel. He's trying to do the opposite. Okay, I've said enough about that lyric that bothered me. But let me tell you, overall, I really enjoyed the show. The music sounds great, the energy of it's great, the circus acts, the tumblers, the acrobats, the flying through the air, the sliding up and down of poles, the climbing the set. That alone made the show so enjoyable. There's a love story at the heart of this. It has a happy ending, and there's a message about animal cruelty is a bad thing. Don't be mean to animals. And so I really think that's a great message for modern audiences as we go to see the theater and as we go to see circuses, that we can really appreciate the human acts more than the animal acts. That sounds weird. All right, so get out and see Water for Elephants. You will not be disappointed if you want to see the people flying through the air with the greatest of ease. And isn't this logo cool? It's a cool logo.